So this evening's job is to take off this distributor cap with its new leads and nice champion plug caps that I put on yesterday, and is to take out the points condenser plate, and I already did that in a couple of videos back when I was replacing the points, but sure, the ones that I could get SpareX make weren't good. The two sets of points weren't even lining up. So I'm going to take out the points plate, I'm going to fit a new condenser, and I'm going to fit new genuine, new old stock Lucas points as what would have been supplied from the factory, and new rotor arm then as well. While I'm at it, I'm going to take off this 230 volt earth wire coming from the coil to the distributor. I don't like wires to be kind of flashy or stand out at all, so I'm going to replace it with this nice simpler and shorter wire. It'll still give me enough movement to twist the distributor for timing, but because the engine now, hopefully when it's put back together, won't have a leaking head gasket, it should be easier to time it, and when I time it I shouldn't have to go twisting the distributor much. So that's coming off, and I'm going to get that points plate out. So to remove the points, it's very simple. These two screws can just be loosened and taken out, but I'm not going to take them out completely because I'm going to take off this points bracket, points plate. So get a narrower screwdriver. To be careful with this little rubber lad, because he is insulating this feed in, so I have to take off the little brass. Again, I can't get over how original all this, there is not a nut or a bolt missing. If I could buy a new one of these insulators, I would like to, for fear of it ever damaging. And then you just go in and loosen him off. When you loosen him off a little bit, actually I might take him out completely, because I'll be able to push in that square-headed bolt then. So it is actually looking like I'm probably better off just removing them points, because it'll allow that square bolt to go in completely enough to clear the outside of the casing. So I'll do that and take up from there when I have it done. These are all original screws, so pick a screwdriver that's going to go down into the slot the whole way and be the right width. We don't want to go damaging these, damaging threads, anything like that. So it's worth us taking your time just to remove them properly, you know, in a way that's not going to damage them. Like, so simple things like that. Okay, they're all loose, and that's loose as well, so now I should be able to remove the condenser. This is an old condenser, and after I did tests on it, it actually performs a lot better than the new ones. But still, I have the one from the distributor doctor, and they're also tested to high standards, and they're promising that there are about 3 times more windings in them. So what this does is, this takes a lot of the current coming from the coil into the distributor, and it takes a bit of the sting out of it, so it stops these points burning out. Now these points are very new, and it's hard to see now. They're not too bad. There's a bit of arcing on them already, and this engine has wasn't run for very long, so it says a lot, I suppose, about the quality of the points as well. So these are loose, so I use a wider screwdriver to loosen these. We can take these out, these points out, and that'll give us room then to pull out or to push in this lad here, and that should allow us to clear the casing, I think, unless, yeah, no, it doesn't want to come up there just yet. So I'm going to get a screwdriver and pull that up off, because that is still sprung there. So once again, just a quick clean up of the earthing points. So where your screws go through into the casing of the distributor, give it a good clean up. There was a lot of dirt around there, so I'm just going to, I had to scratch it. It was actually very hard to get off. So I'm just going to tidy all that up with a bit of sandpaper. Some really big lumps of grease and stuff, and that would definitely have held the points up a little bit higher, a couple of thou. So the first job on changing the condenser is to take off this connector and fit it onto there. So I'll get that done now.